Hi, this is James with Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at Dog Park, which is a 1 to 4 player game published by Birdwood Games. In this game, you're going to be trying to be the best dog walker ever. You're going to be taking these different breeds of dogs here, and you're going to be taking them through the park, and you're going to be trying to use those to score points and have the most points by the end of the game. Let's go ahead down to the table here. I'll give you a general overview of Dog Park, and then we'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, this is Dog Park, and it's a beautiful day. As the local dog walker, you know there will be plenty of pups eager to stretch their legs. You better pull on your walking shoes and pack up your treats. It's going to be a busy day. So in this game of Dog Park, you're going to be going over 4 different rounds here, and you're going to be walking different dogs here and trying to score points throughout those 4 rounds and have the most points at the end of the game. Now, I'm just going to give you a general idea about this game. We're not going to go over the rules per se. There's plenty of rules videos out there for this. I'm just going to give you a feel for the game. So, what is your goal in this game? Well, over these rounds, you're going to be going through a recruit, select, and walk phase. And through these, you're going to be trying to gain points a couple different ways. One is you're going to gain points for the resources that are left at the end of the game. And for that, you're going to be looking at having, I believe, yes, every 5 resources will give you 1 point at the end of the game. The other thing you're going to have is at the beginning of the game here, you're going to have these 2 bonus cards. You're going to just pick between one of the 2. This is the experienced one and this is the standard one. If it's your first game, you probably want to go with the standard one. And if you can meet this at the end of the game, you're going to score these points. So during final scoring, gain 3 points if you have 2 different dogs who have at least 2 leashes each. Now, you will also score points if you become a breed expert. And these are randomly placed out, so this will be different every game. And this will go from the highest point value up top here to the lowest point value here. So if you have a gun dog and you have over 17% of those in your tableau at the end of the game, you're going to score 8 points. And hound, pastoral, terrier, toy, utility, and so on and so forth, and with each of them being lesser scoring. Also, you have these cards right here that you place out, and there's a lot of these. So these are your forecast cards. So these will be different every game. And these are also ways that you score. So like during your selection, gain 2 points for each hound you place on the lead. So that's helpful too. Other than that, you can also score points from your dogs here. Some of them have end game scoring. Like this one has this is a working dog here, and it has a sociable scoring. So during final scoring, you gain 1 point for each breed category represented in your kennel. Now, for a couple things on these cards, your breed category is going to be up here. These are going to be some resources that it requires, and this is an ability that the card will have. So you notice we have a working, we have 2 pastoral, and we have a terrier in our tableau there. So you're going to have this board that you're going to deal with, and this is going to be the boards dogs you're going to take out on a lead each time, and you can have at most 3 dogs out there on the lead. This game here, you're going to get 2 dogs per round, so at the most, at the end of the game, you're going to have 8 dogs at the most you can possibly have. You have these really good game aids here in this game. They'll basically go through everything for you. This is going to tell you your scoring, and this gives you the resources and some of these special actions here, like the swap and stuff that you're going to run into. And then this goes over the game round. So you're going to have those 4 phases here. So you're in the game here, the 3 major phases, and the 4th phase is pretty much the cleanup phase. It's the home time where you're going to gain some points and reset stuff. So the first one is going to be recruitment. So over 2 rounds of offers, use your park board to offer on dogs in the field and add them to your kennel. So the way this is going to work is you're going to be setting up offers for these different dogs. So you're going to be trying to bid on these dogs and try to gain the dog and place it in your tableau to be able to maybe take that dog out on a walk. Now, the way this works for the bidding is at the beginning of the game, all your dog tokens for each player is going to be over here on the 5-point track right here. So that means you start the game with 5 points. And what you're going to do here is you're going to bid your points for these dogs. And you're going to use this dial to pick what number you want to bid for this dog. So if I'm the first player and maybe I say I want to bid 3 points, I'll put my thing down and put my walker on that space. So I'll say I have bid for here. Now any future walkers can actually place theirs out here and they can bid for dog 2. And if you win that dog here and I get to place it down below my player board here, I'll have to pay this many in points. So I'll have to pay 3 points in order to get that dog. Now we're going to go through and you're going to bid through these dogs, and if you do not win any of your bids, you're still going to get a dog. You're just going to take a penalty when you get it. And then after this, we're going to do one more round of that. So you're going to end up with 2 dogs in your below your board here. And we'll have this refilled at the end so you can see this throughout the rest of the game. In a really quick nutshell, there's a little bit more rules to that. In a really quick nutshell, that's how you're going to do recruit. Then you're going to do selection. You're going to pick which dogs that you're going to be able to take on your walk out on the field here. And these dogs here, you're going to put little leash tokens on them to show that you did your walk. And you're going to need to be able to do a couple things on this. So the most important of which is going to be you need to pay these resources. So I would have had to pay 2 the sticks, put them back, and then for this dog here I'd have to pay 2 balls and a toy to be able to take that dog out on a walk. So I'll pay those resources. I get to put the leash on them, and then so we went to the selection, then we go to the walk phase. Now this actually works in a unique little way. It's sort of like a little bit of a rondelle for this. Basically, you're going to be moving forward here, and you'll see here you can move up to 1 to 4 spaces. So let's say it's my turn first. I can pick one of these spaces. If I'm the first one there, I get the resource. So in this case, I could go, let's say here, I want another stick. So I can do a slow walk. Now other players can go here and they take a penalty and they can take that additional resource. So they'll have to lose a reputation to be able to do that, which is your points. But that player can go all the way here and collect the bone. And so on and so forth. And all these other players will go out on the board here. And eventually when you make it to these paths here, you're going to have to choose whether you want to go this direction or this direction. Once you go all the way through, you get a leaving bonus. And all but one of those walkers will get that leaving bonus. The last person won't get it, and they'll lose a reputation because they didn't finish their walk. So there's decisions you need to make on this walking step here of how fast you want to go. Do you want to get a lot of resources and risk being left behind and not being able to complete your walk? Or do you want to race ahead and punish people for getting all their resources? Or somewhere in between. So there's a lot to think about. And you're also going to be looking at your opponent and see how fast they're moving too, which will dictate what speed you want to go too. Because if they're moseying around getting resources, maybe you want to get resources too. Maybe that ball is more important to you, so you want to jump there first, make sure you get it, and if they need it, they're going to have to pay to get it, pay extra to be able to get it. So there's that. And then the final thing on a round is going to be home time. And home time is basically when you're going to gain 2 reputation for each dog on your lead there that you've taken out on a walk. You're going to lose 1 reputation for each dog without a walk token in the kennel. And you're going to return the dogs from the leads to the kennel. Return the walker to your walker's base to the players and stuff. And you're going to get ready for the next round. That's basically it. Now again, I'm not really going over all the rules, but that gives you a general idea how the game flows. And one other thing I want to mention, each round, one of these cards get flipped over, and this is where you're going to clear this out at the end of the home phase here. And you're going to place these new things at these locations on here so that some locations might become more valuable than others. And there's 2 different sets of these cards here. This is going to be the easier one, but they have a leaner one that you can play too. This one's definitely recommended for your first game. You definitely want to go through this deck first. But in a very quick gist, that is the idea of Dog Park. You're going through here, you're collecting all these different dogs, and you're trying to get them out on their walks there, and you're trying to get enough resources for the next round. You're looking to try to get the best dogs to make your little engine work and all of that stuff. So again, didn't go through a rules teach, just want to give you a general idea how this game plays. Let's go ahead back up the table here and I'll give you my final thoughts on Dog Park. All right, so that was Dog Park. Dog Park component quality is going to be great. This game has really good component quality and really great art. They really put a lot of love and attention into all the different dogs that are available in the game here. And this gives me sort of the feel of like when you're playing Wingspan, you have all those different birds and the wonderful illustrations. The same thing with this here. You're going to have all these different dogs and the wonderful illustrations and the uniqueness of each of the different dogs. It's not repeat dogs or anything like that. They put a lot of work into that portion of the game and making that super thematic with all these different dogs. And you can look for your favorite dog in this game and try dog breed and try to get them out. So that's really cool. Also walking through the park there and having that little, I don't know if you want to call it roundel, but either way, have that little thing where you have to decide like how far you want to go forward, if you want to try to be slow and gain a lot of resources and maybe get left behind and be the last one on the board and take that penalty. Or if you want to rush ahead and punish those people for trying to get all those resources. So that's a really cool like aspect of the game, and there's a little bit of player interaction there too. Picking your dogs and setting those up and trying to get those out on walks and stuff. A lot of different decisions you make in the game. A lot of different things you can do in the game, and a lot of replayability in the game too. There's a huge deck of cards here that you won't even be able to go through at all during a game. So every game is going to have a unique feel to it because you're going to have all these different dogs that are going to be available each time, which I think is really, really cool. Overall, just really fun game. And it's going to be on, I think, mid-weight to light end. So this is getting into the family weight game where you can basically teach and get non-gamers into and have a lot of fun. This is going to be a little step up though too. So this will probably be difficult to teach some people who've not played a lot of games, but it's not it's not in the level that you can't do it. This is going to be, I think, one of the games that we're going to bring out on family nights here when we have guests and stuff over and we're going to have a fun game. I think I can teach this to them and they can enjoy it too, especially if they are dog lovers. This game is going to be right up their alley because they're going to be invested in playing the game just to see all the really cool dog art and different breeds that are in this game. So overall, I really enjoyed this game. I think they really hit it out of the park on multiple different levels. Gameplay, component quality, art, really put a lot into this game and it really does show. And that's my thoughts on it. So if you like what we do, please like and subscribe. It really does help us out a lot. It helps us get more videos out to you, helps us get better equipment and all that fun stuff. But either way, I hope you all have a great day and thank you for watching.